ladies and gents, and welcome back to War Thunder. Today, we're going to be taking a look at something a little bit different. This is the Seahawk FGA6. So, I was really excited when this plane got added fairly recently. It wasn't 1.91, I think it might have been 1.89, maybe it was 1.87. I'm not entirely sure when it got added. But I remember being very hyped to see the Seahawk. It was one of those kind of weird 1950s intermediate designs that I was just really excited to see. And when the plane did get added, I just never really found the love for it. Even when I was at 7.7, I just didn't get on with it. Which is weird because I really should have. And I ended up kind of playing a few games, getting the aircraft spaded. And, well, I think actually, to be honest, I think I probably threw a bunch of gold at it because it's a jet and I don't like playing stock jets. And, yeah, I never really touched this aircraft until recently, which is odd considering it wasn't too long ago this plane went up to 8.0. And I saw a lot of people complaining about it. And I myself complained about it because, you know, why put it up to 8.0? This plane wasn't overperforming compared to anything I'd seen of it. It seemed kind of fairly average. It wasn't the most maneuverable, it wasn't the fastest, the energy retention isn't all that great, top speed is okay, guns are abysmal. Yeah, I mean, I don't actually get what it is with Hispanos in War Thunder, but they've always been bad, but lately they've just been, oh god, it feels like every time I play a plane with Hispanos, the guns get worse and worse and worse. So the MG1, like 151s will kill everything in a single shot, and you can get those guns at like 2.3, 2.7. Yeah, the Hispanos all the way up at bloody 8.0 doing bugger all against anything they hit. But I don't know, guys against the British, I guess. But then I got this game just a couple of hours ago. There's no commentary, so I should have explained at the beginning of the video, because I was on comms with a friend of mine at the time. There may be a point where the video looks like it freezes, but no, it wouldn't actually, because, yeah, never mind, don't worry about that. So, the Seahawk, we're doing a bit of Cyclone because this is a 9.0 match, and I'm not feeling overly confident about my abilities in this game. I did manage to play around before this, which was also a 9.0 game, and I managed to go 2-0, which I was pretty pleased with. I took some damage in that one, but I did still manage to take out a couple of enemy aircraft. And yeah, I kind of thought, like, I don't know what it is. Like, I've been trying to grind the Phantom in the British Tech Tree lately, and I thought about, and I was doing it with the Hunter F6, but the plane just kind of gets boring after a while. I think it's because it's just constantly facing itself, I guess. It's just the jets are still very mixed up at these levels because there's just not enough diversity among them. Not enough players playing the Russians or the Germans, so you end up with these weird kind of mixed battles, which I don't mind with jets. I mean, there are so many copy and paste vehicles across tech trees at the moment that I don't really feel like it actually changes the gameplay that much. It would be nice to have those old historical battles, but the players aren't there, they're not there. So we get this. And this is a 9.0 game, filled with Sabres, G91s, FJ4Bs, and then there's me in my Seahawk thinking, oh god, oh no. Because this is not an aircraft I'm confident in. As I mentioned earlier, I never really found the love for it until recently when I started playing it again, even though it's at 8.0, and a lot of people would argue could realistically do a going down a BR back to 7.7 where it was, because unlike the German Premium, it does not get access to air-to-air missiles. And yeah, we're approaching the 5-minute mark, so this is about when the game's actually going to start. So I spot this Hunter F1, thank God, heading into the pack, and I don't have a hope in hell of catching him. So I'm not really going for him. I just kind of watch him for a minute just to make sure he's not going to come after me, because if he does, there's going to be nothing I can do about it. And that's when I see that G91 down low. Check that MiG-17, make sure he's not coming at me. He's coming in my direction, but not at me. Now, I know from experience that G91 has horrendous energy retention. As soon as it starts manoeuvring, it bleeds all of that energy, and he's just come out of a fight with AFI Sabre. So he's low, he's slow, and he's in a G91. So he's an easy kill. Except he pushes his plane into a hard turn, we get a hit, which I think sparked, and I break off because I'm going way too fast, and I was also paranoid about that LA-200. Evasive manoeuvres, stay out of the path of his guns, but he knows he does not have the energy to chase me. Now, I'm keeping an eye on the LA-200 just to make sure it doesn't come back for me, but he ends up getting shot down. So we loop over, come back for G91. I took a shot at the Hunter there, but it didn't hit, and that doesn't matter because we're not actually going to see him again. G91's trying to go evasive, but this time I'm not going too fast. Clip his wing, pull away, and he's going to be done. That's kill number 1. Looping over, there's another G91 who's engaging my teammate just below me. There was something else that flew off, which I think was the FJ4B. So we come back around, and it's a similar situation. The G91's just come out of a really hard turn. And because of his design at these low speeds, my Seahawk has every single advantage on this aircraft. He's got better guns than me, of course, but does that do any good if, you know, your target's behind you? And that's kill number 2. Looping over again, staying out the path of the FJ4B. I know from experience the FJ4B has devastating cannons, but that's about the only good thing going for it. There's the F-86F. Pushing up, pushing up. He rolls over. He wasn't paying attention to the fact that there was a Seahawk coming at him. So this is going to be a very lucky kill. Number 3. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good at this point. I've just shot down 3 enemy aircraft. And I'm bottom tier in a plane that I'm not overly confident with. Now granted, all 3 of these guys made a mistake, but I think this does kind of go to show what you can actually do when you're playing the Seahawk. Or when you're playing any aircraft that's got down tier, because you know you might feel outgunned and outmatched, but there's always something that you can do. So now here comes the enemy Seahawk, and he's just going to fly past me now, and we're going to loop over and come back around for him. This guy was probably the opponent I was most afraid of during this battle. But he makes a grave mistake when he throws his aircraft into that turn, and because I'm willing to bet he's got those missile pylons on, I have an ever so slight advantage in the turn. And because he's turning, he can't use his speed advantage, so I pop a shot at him there, rolls left, rolls right. I'm too close, I'm in the same plane as him, and while I know I'm not confident in the Seahawk, I'd wager I'm a bit more confident in this guy because I have no issue staying on his tail. I got a few hits, he plowed himself into the ground for kill number 4. I was feeling pretty damn hyped at this point, it's fair to say. And there's 1 enemy plane left on the enemy team, who is the FJ4B, who I'm not entirely sure what was going on over there. I don't know if he chased the MiG-15 to a runway and then broke off, or if he was actually trying to get him. I know there's an F-86F Sabre there as well, and what I'm thinking happened was he chased the MiG-15 in that direction and then started engaging the Sabre. And I don't expect to get this guy, this FJ4B, because, well, he's faster than I am. And if he wants to, he can just stay away from me. His biggest issue is going to be that F-86F Sabre, who is, well, basically just a better aircraft than he is. And he's trying. I think he's trying to make a run with that MiG-15 on the runway. And I don't think he actually goes and gets him. The Sabre's calling out to the MiG that he's on his 6, and I'm still just kind of coming in a little bit slowly. just trolling along, just a little slow. And the FJ breaks off, presumably to avoid the base AA with the F-86 on his tail. The Sabre should really have been able to kill the FJ, but he doesn't quite manage to find the shot, and I start to realise that FJ is actually coming quite close. Then the Sabre breaks off, and I'm not entirely sure why. I don't know what was going on over there. And at this point, I wasn't exactly thankful for it, because the FJ is going to push ahead on with me. I fire some shots, but get out of the way, because I do not want to be in front of those guns. And the Sabre dives down, and the FJ, he misses his shot, but he does force the FJ to turn. And because he's forced the FJ to turn, he's bled all of that precious airspeed, and I'm going to come in and give him the last of my cannons. I give him a nice long burst, well, a nice short burst, run out of ammo, took his tail off, and I'm watching him like, please, please plow into the ground. Please give me the kill. And there it is, for kill number 5 in the Seahawk. I was understandably hyped, and judging by the way that my teammates react in the chat, as you can see, they were pretty damn hyped as well. Bottom tier, 8.0 plane in a 9.0 match, and I still got 5 kills in what many would argue is an under-BR plane. But the reason why I showed you this video was not so that you guys could see this match, but it's more to showcase the fact that just because you are bottom of the board doesn't mean that you're not going to be any less effective. And an aircraft with guns and with ammo in those guns is still just as dangerous as any other aircraft, regardless of the BR that it sits at. And maybe I inspired some of you guys to take a look at the Seahawk as well. Anyway, guys, that's it from me. I'll catch you all on the next one. Adios.